Good evening. My name is Leonardo Rojas Research. I am LILEI student from UNAD, and today we will be here to talk about the Agora from the research pedagogical practice subject. Okay, so like introduction, this research entitled Strengthening Grammatical Accuracy and Writing in English through Communicate and Visual Strategies in 6th degree students arose from a need improve the use from the simple tense and grammatic accuracy in 6th grade students at Colegio Mis Bellos Genios or Mis Bellos Genios College. It was identified that students has difficulty correctly using structures such as do or does, the third person and adverbs of frequency, which affected both their written productions and their oral participation. Okay. To address this problem, communicative and visual strengths were implemented to facilitate comprehension and meaningful use of languages through various activities such as pronunciation, practice, written sentences development, and the use of digital tools like Canva, short videos, and word wall, among others. Students develop greater confidence, motivation, and grammar awareness to qualitative methodological approach, integrated field journals, lesson plans, class records, and written work to analyze the progress achieved. This study demonstrates how combining communicative approaches and visual resources can strengthen English language learning, promoting a more participatory, motivating, and effective experience. Okay, so problem. So although students showed active participation in community activities, interviews, reading, and summaries, difficulties persist in grammatical use of the present simple tense, third person singular, spelling, and vocabulary expansion, especially when transitioning from oral to written expression. Okay? They also demonstrated the reliance on written support and translation during reading and writing, which limits their fluency and communicative autonomy. So, research question. So, how to strengthen the grammatical accuracy and written production of 6th degree students in the use of the simple tense, present tense, through communicative and visual strategies? Okay, objective. General objective. To analyze how to communicate and visual strategies improve English language learning in 6th grade students. Specific objectives: to promote students' participation and motivation during English lessons. So, to enhance grammar accuracy and vocabulary development through communicative visual tasks. To enhance grammar accuracy and vocabulary development through communicative and visual tasks. To evaluate students' improvement in written production after applying visual and interactive strategies. So, theoretical framework, communicative approach, communicative language teaching, so CLT. So, according to Richards and Rogers in 2014, CLT aims to have students use language to communicate meaningfully and functionally integrating real-world tasks and social situations. So in this way, grammar learning arises from the contextualized use of language rather than from rote exercise, which fosters fluency, accuracy, and motivation. Okay, so the visual resource, image, videos, diagrams, or flashcards So in this case, we are talking about visual learning and its impact on grammar acquisition. So because they connect the abstract with the tangible in the context of English, visual aids facilitate the internationalization of verb tense, vocabulary, and syntactic patterns. So development of grammatical accuracy in school environments. So grammatical accuracy involves the correct use of language or linguistic forms in different communicative contexts. Larsen Freeman in 2015. So states that grammar should be understood as a dynamic system that students acquire through meaningful practice and constant feedback. Collaborative strategies and guided orality. So pair work and guided dialogues promote English acquisition by offering controlled practice and natural peers feedback long from 2015. So from the perspective of communicating interaction points out that negotiation, meaning during interaction, helps learners notice errors, adjust their production, and reinforce correct grammar forms. Population. So when we talk about population, consists in 6th grade students from Miss Bellos Genius College, located in Chicoral in Tolima State. So there were approximately or up to 6 students, around 3 boys and 3 girls, age 11 degree or 11 to 13 years old. Their English level corresponds to A1, beginner, according to the CEFR, what it means, Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, okay? So, methodological proposal, data collection instruments, so field diaries, teacher observation of participation and progress, lesson plans integrating communicative and visual strategies, students, reflection and written, summarize, audio recording of interviews. So design, qualitative research. So it is a qualitative research. Procedure, the implementation took place over 4 sessions with 6th degree students. Each lesson includes a warm-up activity, guided communicative practice, and a final written task that gather evidence of students' learning. Students worked in pairs and small groups, conducting interviews, reading short text, and writing summaries about daily routines using the simple present tense. After each session, the teacher completed field diaries and collected students' artifacts to record participation, accuracy, and progress. So, to show that evidence of practices, we made a screenshot about the different classes that we had in the college, and for over the other side, the screenshots when we were doing the Agora and the different tasks that the unit introduced, like evaluation rubric, okay? Now I'm going to explain a timeline when we say that in the lesson plan, we explain present simple speaking practice in like work in pair work. The lesson 2, present simple reading. Lesson 3, present simple grammar. And lesson 4, present simple research survey. It was the timeline that we used to explain or teach the students. So research results. So the use of visual and communicative strategies significantly improved student participation, confidence, and interest in learning English. Furthermore, students demonstrate greater fluency during the oral interviews. And a better understanding of the present simple tense structure. Overall, the implementation showed that visual and communicative strategies enhanced grammatical comprehension and motivation. So fostering a more meaningful and engaging English learning experience. However, some students still require additional support to maintain or to keep grammatical accuracy and the third person, and to expand their vocabulary in written production. Reflection on practice. Students are motivated when classes move beyond the traditional format. They enjoy interacting with digital tools. However, they need to improve their grammar, oral and written expressions, vocabulary acquisitions, and short writing skills. As a future teacher, I believe I must improve my lesson plan, the effective use of teaching resources, and the integration of digital tools. Because I agree that for the next classes, I need to introduce that a little more the digital tools to stay ahead of the challenges of the knowledge society. Okay, like bibliography reference, we look for in Claire Howard Mayor 2015, course Planning in Teaching Online, a guide of theory, research, and practice. Over the other side, we look for and check the document British Educational Research Association. Thank you.